Theseus. You know him as one of the greatest heroes of all time. But I know him as the dude who killed his father. How? We'll get there. Let's start in the beginning. Theseus' dad, King Aegeus, needed a son, an heir, and his two wives weren't getting the job done. Maybe he wasn't getting the job done. Has anybody ever thought about that? But anyways, he blamed his two wives. So he went to see an oracle to see what's up with that. How can I get a son? And he wanted to get a proper prophecy, but instead he got this. Do not loosen the dangling foot of the wineskin before you return to Athens. And the king was like, what the fuck? So he couldn't really do much with the prophecy and went to visit a friend, King Pythius. But King Pythius immediately knew what the prophecy meant. The next time Aegeus has sex, he will have a son. Yeah, that's how I would have interpreted that too. So Pythius loosened the dangling foot of the wineskin, aka Pythius got his friend Aegeus drunk and then made his daughter Aethra have sex with him. Some would say it's bad parenting, others say,
follow the pimp manual, step by goddamn step.
Hey, it's not often you can get your daughter pregnant by the king of Athens and ensure your lineage. So it worked. Aethra was then pregnant and gave birth to a son, Theseus. What no one knew though is that after Aethra slept with King Aegeus, Poseidon casually stopped by on one of his non-consensual impregnation quests, and it was he, the god Poseidon, who got Aethra pregnant, not Aegeus. So Theseus was a demigod, which Aethra didn't tell anyone, and that's why King Aegeus was then super proud to finally have a male heir, and he was like, yes, winning. But he knew if the news got out, his rivals would try to assassinate the boy, so he told Aethra to not tell anyone who the father is, because that's always a great look for any woman to act like she doesn't know who got her pregnant. Aegeus then randomly started showing off by picking up a heavy rock and throwing it, and Aethra was like, okay, that's super random, but I guess you're strong. But then Aegeus placed his sandals and the sword under the heavy rock and explained that only once the boy can lift this very rock that I just threw because I'm strong and retrieve the sandals and the sword, only then can she tell him who his father is and tell him to come find him to become the rightful heir to the throne of Athens. Then he left Aethra to be a single mom that has to pretend she doesn't know who got her pregnant. When Theseus was 7 years old, growing up in the home of King Pythius, the hero Heracles, aka Hercules, came to visit while the kids were playing. And Heracles took off his lion skin armor with the lion head still on it, and when the kids stumbled upon it, they all thought it was a real lion and ran away in fear, except Theseus. Theseus quickly took the sword of a nearby guard and impaled the already dead lion. Why the god would let a 7-year-old disarm him, I don't know, but somebody probably got fired that day. Heracles was impressed by Theseus' bravery and prophesied that Theseus would be a great hero. Fast forward 9 years, and at age 16, Theseus lifted the rock with ease, found the sandals and the sword, and set off on his journey to find his father and his inheritance, the throne of Athens. Theseus will get a lot of blood on his sword and his conscience, including his father's. But more on that next week when I continue Theseus' story.